Hi, my name is Barash, and I am one of the product managers here at Nu-Calgon, and I'm here today to talk to you about iWave. iWave is a patented line of IAQ products that provide comprehensive indoor air quality protection for your home, your office, really any living space. So let's talk a little bit about how iWave works. I'll show you a demo, and then we'll talk about the different products that we have to offer. iWave uses needlepoint bipolar ionization. What that means is it emits positive and negative ions into the airspace to treat things like VOCs, mold, mildew, odors, particulate, and static electricity. iWave does not produce ozone as a byproduct per UL 867. iWave requires no replacement parts, and some of the models are no maintenance while others are very low maintenance. iWave treats VOCs, volatile organic compounds, by emitting those positive and negative ions into the airstream. When they come in contact with the VOCs, they break them down into their most base elements, rendering them ineffective. The byproducts are harmless compounds like hydrogen, carbon dioxide. The iWave works similarly when it comes in contact with biocontaminants, mold and mildew. The positive and negative ions are emitted into the airstream. When they come in contact with mold and mildew spores, they attack them, killing them, breaking them down, rendering them ineffective, and again, the byproducts are harmless compounds such as hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Here we have a side-by-side comparison that we did. We have two pieces of bread. You'll notice in one container it is untreated, just bread and a cup of water. The other container is treated with an iWave. After 14 days, you can see that the untreated piece of bread is full of mold, mildew growth, while the treated bread is still clear of mold, probably safe to eat. After 14 days, you can see the mold growth. This represents your conditioned airspace being treated with iWave to stop mold and mildew growth. We also did some third-party pathogen testing to show you some kill rates over specific timelines for some more commonly well-known pathogens. Things like MRSA, norovirus, C. diff. So here you can see the kill rates in specific timelines. As you go longer and longer timelines, you'll get closer to that 100% kill rate. We talked about how iWave works against biocontaminants, mold, mildew. We are also going to talk about how iWave works against treating fine particulate. When the positive and negative ions are emitted into the airstream, they charge the particulate in the air. That charged particulate attaches to other charged particulate, making it heavy enough that it either falls out of the air to get cleaned up, or it's now heavy enough to cycle through your airstream and get caught by your standard air filter. The California Air Board is a big proponent on treating particulate in the air, specifically fine particulate. 10 micron and smaller is what is a big concern. What we really are concerned about is 2.5 micron or smaller, or what's known as fine particulate. That fine particulate is important because it can make its way into your respiratory system, into your lungs, cause chronic respiratory issues, cause things like asthmatic attacks. In very small children, elderly adults that already have chronic respiratory issues, it can cause things like increased hospital visits, and even with overexposure, it can cause increased rates of death. So here we have a test that we ran using iWave versus PCO technology. Here we have a PCO technology unit that we ran in the system for 2 weeks. You can see the levels of particulate all the way down to 0.3 micron particulate in about 10,000 range. Now these levels are pretty standard for a building, an indoor living space that does not have a unit treating particulate. Now we installed the iWave C, and after 1 day, you can see how much these particulate levels drop. Almost 70-75% reduction in only 24 hours. This shows how important using a product like iWave is to treat that particulate. You want to keep those levels low, make sure that you're not breathing in that very fine particulate. So now what I'm going to do is show you a live demo. I'm going to fill up this smoke box with fine particulate. We're going to run the iWave, and I'm going to show you how well it will actually charge that particulate and drop it out of the air. All right, so what we have here is the iWave smoke demo box. What I'm going to do is fill it with smoke. That smoke is going to represent very fine particulate. I'm going to turn the iWave on once it's filled with smoke. The iWave is going to emit the positive and negative ions into the box, dropping all that fine particulate out of the air and leaving us with a clean box after about 30 to 45 seconds. So the first thing we're going to do is fill this with smoke. Now what I'm going to do is turn the iWave on. You'll start to notice a vortex happening. It's the high concentration of positive and negative ions being emitted into the airspace. In about 20 to 30 seconds, this box is going to be clear again. What it's doing is it's charging that very fine particulate, the aerosolized vape smoke, dropping it out of the air. Think of this in your house, the fine particulate. If you're cooking, burning a candle, dander in the air, that fine particulate is being charged, dropped out of the air, or then caught by your filter. In this box, it's simply dropping it out of the air. So you can see after only 15-20 seconds, it's already almost clear, and in about another 10 seconds, we'll have a perfectly clear box again. So this is a great live demo to show you really how the iWave works to treat your breathing zone. All right, so we talked a little bit about how iWave works, the technology. I showed the live demo of it removing particulate using the smoke box. Now we're going to talk about the different iWave models. First one is our iWave R. This is really our flagship model. It's the residential system. Treats up to 6 tons, 2400 CFM, 160 million ion output. It's got a lot of really unique features. It has universal voltage. It can be wired up 24 to 240, recognizes the power coming in, same 160 million ion output regardless of how you have it wired up. Universal installation. You can use this gasket by cutting a hole and duct mounting it, or it has the rare earth magnets on the back. It can be stuck to the inside of the cabinet, the bottom of the cabinet, really anywhere where you have direct contact to the metal. It has a self-cleaning feature, so every third day this wiper blade will swipe back and forth to clean off these emitters. Replaceable emitters and replaceable wiper blade if for any reason they get broken and need to be replaced. But really they shouldn't have to be replaced. They won't break down on you for the life of the system. It has an LED light to let you know that it's always on. It has dry alarm contacts, so you can hook it up to an external LED or some type of control board to give you the on-off notification that it's powered on and working. Has an on-off switch built into it. Also has a built-in surge protector, so if it ever gets a surge of power, it'll time delay out, power down, and then power back on when it's safe to start running again. The iWave R and all of the iWave models are patented as well as UL and CUL listed. Next model is our iWave V. This is our other residential system. 6 tons, 2400 CFM, same 160 million ion output. This one is voltage specific. 24 volt is the only way you can power this one up. Does not have self-cleaning and no replacement emitter, so really think of this as the iWave R without all the frills, features, and benefits, really the entry-level model, although it is universal installation, so you can cut a hole, duct mount it using this gasket, or you can stick it on the inside of the cabinet, base of the cabinet, using these rare earth magnets. So again, this really is like the entry-level model, but same output as the R. They're both residential. 6 ton, 2400 CFM, 160 million ion output. The next is our commercial option, the iWave C. As you can see, it looks more like a commercial option. This is 12 tons, 4800 CFM worth of treatment, and about 200 million ion output. It has a lot of the unique features that the iWave R has. Universal voltage. You can hook it up 24 to 240, recognizes the power coming in, same 200 million output coming out. Has the dry alarm contacts, so you can hook it up to an external LED or some type of external control module so you can monitor it, make sure it's working. It's got the self-cleaning and the replaceable emitters. On the iWave C, the cleaning cycle goes every 5th day, where the iWave R, it goes every 3rd day. On both of them, you can change it to run every 1, 3, 5, or 10 days. This one, as you can see, it looks a little more robust since it's the commercial application. Typically, in these commercial applications, this will be installed on a rooftop, open to the elements. So it has this nice waterproof casing with a nice waterproof O-ring. If anything happens to this, it cracks, it breaks, and water does get into this cabinet, everything in here is still coated in epoxy. So even if water gets in there, it's fully waterproof, it'll keep working. As far as installation, cut a 4-inch hole, duct mount it, has a nice LED readout to let you know what's going on. So that's the iWave C commercial option. The next versions are the iWave M and the iWave F. These are the world's first flexible ion bars. The M is about half the size of the F. The ion output is 240 million ions per linear foot. The M is designed for coils up to about 36 inches, where the F is designed for coils up to about 48 inches. They use hook and loop technology on the back, so you would put one piece down on the top of the mini split coil, place this down on it for installation. If you're installing it in an ice machine, put it up in the top of the cabinet. Universal voltage installation, so 110 to 208, 240, using these two simple wires. It has the power pack with the green LED light on it to let you know it's working. Extremely easy to install. Really, this is designed for ductless, mini split, P-tacks, anywhere where real estate is a big issue, as well as ice machines where slime and sludge is an issue growing in the cabinets. These are a handful of different applications where you use the M and the F. Really, the keys are, like I said, mini split, ductless, P-tack, and ice machines. The big difference is the amount of space you would treat, 36-inch versus 48-inch coil. And here you can see some applications of, this is really where it would be installed in an ice machine, up in the top of that cabinet, because you get a lot of slime and sludge build up in the bottom. The F and the M make it a lot easier to keep those clean and maintain and make sure you have clean, safe ice. And then in a mini split, we all know that mini splits have a tendency to get very dirty very quickly. The blower wheels get dirty very fast. So this is where you would install the M or the F right on top of that coil. It'll treat that whole mini split. You can also put it on the face of that cabinet, the removable filter piece with the ion bar facing into the mini split. Makes it easier to maintain, keeps them cleaner for a lot longer. So we talked about how iWave works, went through a handful of the different models that we've got, the different installation options. What I want to leave you with is a reason to talk about iWave all year long. You have flu season, you have pollen and allergens, then you have humidity starting and the mix between cold and hot through the seasons. Dirty sock syndrome starts happening with those odors. iWave will treat all those, provide you clean, quality indoor air all year long. Thank you very much for your time.